In the northwest corner of Wyoming lies Yellowstone National Park, the oldest, largest, and most popular national park in the country. Few places on Earth offer so much scenic and scientific interest in one area. We're in the heart of the Rockies, a land of pine-clad mountains and broad, grassy valleys. The countryside is laced with lakes and streams of exquisite beauty. Historic Old Faithful Inn holds a special place in the great lodges of America's national parks. Built in 1903 and 04, the Old Faithful Inn was designed by architect Robert C. Reamer. It is a masterpiece of rustic architecture and craftsmanship, to say the least. The building is a log and wood frame structure with gigantic proportions, nearly 700 feet in length at 7 stories high. The lobby has a 65-foot ceiling, a massive fireplace, and railings of contorted lodgepole pine. Its incredibly large space can be experienced on different levels and from different vantage points. Beehive Geyser is so named because of the similarity of its cone to a beehive. It is a major geyser erupting with a jet-like plume. There are scores of famous and fascinating natural features to behold here. Lower Falls roars over an ancient flow of lava. At 308 feet high, it is twice the height of Niagara Falls. Set in its canyon of Yellowstone, this magnificent waterfall is one of the grandest sights in America. A network of hiking trails lead to great viewing spots to just sit, relax, and take it all in.
I loved the process and the thought of Wyoming. Right away it clicks in my mind that this is another Nebraska. It's the only show in town. We're not competing against anyone else. So with that in mind, it's gonna be a system of development, getting these young bodies in here and nurturing and developing the growth process. Obviously the end goal is going to a bowl game. That's what we're shooting for. Graduating our athletes and competing for championships. The first step was assessing what we currently had. We spent the first 3 days with every player. We brought them in one at a time. Some of the meetings lasted half an hour, some of them 5 minutes. But our goal was to establish a relationship with these players, establish trust that we work for them. They don't work for us, we work for them, and establishing, that baseline of this is what we're gonna be doing. This is a joint venture, I'm in it with you guys. It's us for us. Nothing is more important than what you have here. These guys want to win. They're willing to win. They're willing to put in the sacrifice to become champions.
We're definitely hungry. Yeah, we know that last year, even though we started out pretty hot, but we didn't have the finished product that we were striving for. So we're crushing PRs and basically blowing up what we used to have. It's like not even a thing anymore. It's weird to think because you used to be like, man, that's so heavy. Now it's like, this is my third set. It's not even a big deal. So
the changes in composition are very, very encouraging. And that shows you that they've bought in they're not only changing the work ethic of what they're doing in here, but also what they're doing when they leave here, you know. And let's not kid ourselves, that comes from the head coach down, you know. It always starts with the people, right? You have to have the right people in place. Then you have to have a great plan, then great preparation, then great performance, and then we reevaluate. So it's always the P's and the E's, and that comes from Coach Bull all the way down, and we're pretty excited about it.
How you doing? Taylor Barton here with NEI TV. We're in Laramie, Wyoming at the University of Wyoming's campus. Absolute gorgeous day. We're here right now, and behind me you're gonna see we got the Rochelle Athletic Center. This is the home. If you sign here as a Cowboy football player, this is where you're gonna spend the majority of your days. They got the locker room, they got training table, they got the coaches' offices, they got everything in here. This is where you're gonna be spending majority of your time. So we're inside the Rochelle Athletic Center, and this is the war room right here. This is where they have team meetings. So you're gonna see all these seats behind me. Now, as beautiful as this is, they're actually making a ton of upgrades. This whole room is gonna be renovated. So one of the beautiful things about an up and coming program like Wyoming, having the success they've had the last few years, is that you're gonna see upgrades of all sorts. So as nice as their facilities are now, they're gonna be even better by the time a lot of you guys watching this would be here. So Wyoming and Colorado State have a rivalry. Every year they play for something called the Bronze Boot. And the last 3 years, Wyoming has won that. So the bragging rights are here, the Bronze Boot is here, and you can see it's a thing that they take a lot of pride in on this wall behind me. So we're in the indoor practice facility now. You can see camp is finished up. Coach Christensen is breaking it down, trying to get some new recruits to come in and pump blood into the program. You can see this is a beautiful full field facility, as good as any Division I indoor facility in the country. Over here to my left is the library. You can see the glass building right there. Now, whatever your major is, hopefully you're studying and actually getting in the library and taking advantage of the resources given to you. And behind me, to the far left over there, is the student union. And that's a place where we're gonna take you inside in a second, but you can go in, get some food, hang out, discuss classes, study, do whatever you like.
It's been over a year since the University of Wyoming instituted its High Altitude Nutrition Center for Cowboy and Cowgirl student athletes. The center, an investment by the State of Wyoming legislature, Governor Matt Mead, and UW Athletics donors, was designed to provide healthier choices for UW's student athletes. That investment has created a significant impact and is already paying huge dividends. The nutrition initiative has made a significant difference, according to wrestler Bryce Meredith.
I mean, I could look at last year where I was lacking my nutrition, and it would show in the practice room. It would show on the matches. It would everything, my whole life, my energy. It's bad if you're not eating right, if you're not doing the right things. But this year I went up a weight class, and I was just like, I'm gonna eat healthy, I'm gonna eat clean. And the nutrition tables are just, it's amazing. Like everything I can get from those with my protein and even my trail mix to waffles or whatever I'm trying to eat just fuels me through the practices, and I'm not worried about eating or, oh, I gotta drink a Gatorade after this practice. I just worry about getting better. And I think it's crazy how much my nutrition helped me this year, and the fact that I wasn't trying to make weight, I was trying to win wrestling matches. After lift, I always go over there and I get my protein shake, I get some type of carb, and then normally a little handful of trail mix, something like that, just to fuel me after my workout while my muscles are open, get that 30-minute window in. And then from there, I just try to eat clean. I just have good meals, chicken breasts. And day in and day out, I'm eating. Just have to be fueling your body. You have to be putting something in. We're machines. We have to.
The Nutrition Center has created a huge impact from a coaching perspective as well, says Mountain West Golf Coach of the Year, Joe Jensen.
There's a reason that in the summertime, you're here in Laramie, and most of the student athletes are here. Not all, but most of the student athletes, because you cannot find the resources we have anywhere. It's what it takes to play at the highest level. And I'm so thankful for the accessibility, the resources, our kids go to the fueling station. Our kids work out 3 times a week. Our kids can walk in our beautiful weight room and train.
I mean, I try not to take it for granted at all, because how everything works with a business. They're putting in for us, and the only results they see is what we do as our performance. They're not seeing money come out of these tables or whatever. So it's really just kind of like a leap of faith.
This is like a city of athletes. These athletes are different. I mean, walking around the summer, the hours they put in, we see the guys and the gals that wear the gear and what they're doing, and they're just, it's not only a time commitment, but it's an emotional commitment to want to be better. And that takes guts as well as that. Come to the resources, come to the nutrition center. Do this day after day after day after day after day and believe, and it happens. It really does, and you can see that it can happen.
You pick your poison, because then you got Kendall Keys on the other side that's just as dynamic a receiver.
That's picked off. It was knocked away by DJ May to get to that mark and break the record of Christofferson. And looks like he's going to get it on that run. Keeps his feet. Look at Hill. Could he go all the way? 20-10, and he's going to walk into the end zone. What a run by Brian Hill.
I think he wanted to smash the record. He didn't want to just get 6 yards.
And that makes Brian Hill the single-season rushing leader in the history of Wyoming. That touchdown run.
I mean, this is an off-tackle play that he has designs to go and score on. He's not trying to just get 6 yards.
He got 72.
Holy smokes, what a run.
Should be at about 2 minutes when this play gets underway. Decker's going to throw again. Steps up and goes down. And Eddie Yarbrough, the senior. Kaufman looking middle of the field. Has his receiver, that's Hollister. So they'll move the sticks up to about the 34. So from, let's call it the 35. Looking long, looking end zone, has Price, and a touchdown for the Cowboys as James Price brings it in. Kaufman had Price open. Price had a few drops, but he rewards Kaufman with a touchdown catch. Virginia. They fake that little pass. Wide open over the middle is Hollister. And the tight end still on his feet. Still on his feet, trying to get to the 30. And brought down at the 31.
And they're able to attack the edge.
Kaufman, play action, rolling right, looking Mohart, catch, touchdown. And Kaufman with another big throw to Jake Mohart.
This is an accurate throw, good play. I don't understand that. San Diego State, if they run the tables in the conference, should host the championship game.
Do the computer rankings. As Hill has another carry. Hill trying to get through the middle. And Hill just running over one of the DBs for another first down.
As I'm saying that up here.
Drive alive, that throw to Mohart. A big gainer over the 30.
Well designed.
Mohart, third catch, 49 yards. Hill outside over the 20, first down and more. And the Cowboys are on the move. Kaufman. And they're going to do a little razzle-dazzle play. Kaufman out in front, and it's a touchdown. Justin Berger, the senior.
Fifth-year senior.
Final game, able to get into the end zone.
Show everything going counter right. Hill's been so dynamic. And come on, Coffee, just get out of the way. Get the guy out of the way.
They're going to pass. They're going to Mohart.
It's Hollister.
Hollister wide open. Can he get to the end zone? Touchdown. Giant play of 64 yards for the Cowboys.
You're Blake Richmond, you get caught staring in the backfield. Your eyes got to be with your man the whole time. You're going to watch a nice play pass, and he slides down and just creeps behind Blake Richmond, who's staring in the backfield.
Decker, pressure, throws, and is incomplete at the least.
I think they're calling it a fumble.
He got knocked away.
The offense, second down.
So yeah, they ruled it a fumble. Let's get the first down. Can they convert on fourth? It's the pitch. It's Hill. First down, Wyoming. And the Cowboys will be able to take a big breath. Victory celebration for the Cowboys. And a lot of that courtesy number 8, Brian Hill, as he walks off.
Welcome everybody to another edition of Kevin's Commentary. We had one of the best spring games I've seen in a long time. I hate to say that, Coach, put pressure on you, but we have Coach Bull with us today, Craig Bull, Wyoming's head football coach. So happy to have you with us, Craig. And I know to a coach, spring games are a little different than to us fans, but from a fan's perspective, that was a lot of fun Saturday.
Well, it certainly was, and you're right, a head coach's perspective is going to be different, but I also think there's there's improvement out there on that football field, and you cannot deny that. We're really pleased with the maturation of our offense, particularly the offensive line. We had some great holes that were opened up. And I think we really have some promise at quarterback. And, there's been a major shift, Kevin, not only a cultural shift, but also a schematic shift for long-term success. And those things don't happen overnight. We're beginning to see a lot of positive signs of really encouraging improvement by the Cowboys.
3 springs ago now, it sure seems that you have a lot more pieces to your puzzle and a lot more excitement.
Well, I can tell you this, beyond just knowing the players' names, I know them, and we know them inside and out, and they hear our voices. They're in tune with the vision that we have as a coaching staff, and so what you're seeing is guys playing with more confidence. There's more commitment. Also, you're seeing a bigger, stronger football team now. When you take an offensive lineman who starts as a freshman and he weighs 265 pounds and he now weighs 295. Those things make a difference. Or you have a free safety who plays as a freshman at 185 pounds and now is 205 pounds. All those things are part of a football program taking the next step. And so, we're in a significantly different place this spring. It was interesting, your comment there echoed what Eddie Yarborough said. He goes, Coach, he had a big smile on his face, as only Eddie can do, and said, wow, Coach, I'm just watching. This is drastically different than what it was my first spring here.
So in Pee Wee football, I played all the positions just like everyone else, but my dad was our coach. So he had previous coaching experience and knew how important it was to have a long snapper. So what he did was he just kind of told me one day, hey, you're the long snapper for our team. And eventually throughout the years I got good at it. And then in high school I played O-line and D-line, but long snapper was kind of my main position, I guess. And then got recruited to play long snapper in college, and now that's all I do here. It's just a practice, a repetition thing. The big thing is just getting all those reps in practice, and then even on the sideline during practice when we're not in, and then eventually that chemistry will build and it'll be a smooth transition onto the field on Saturdays. We know how hard the rest of the team's working and how hard everyone else who's involved in the team's working, so it's the least we could do to lighten the mood a little bit and keep those guys focused and happy, to say the least. It's a really good feeling. It might not always be told to us, but we know we're appreciated by our teammates, and they like having us around, and how vital it could be if we don't do our jobs. And then there's been situations in the past where something on special teams has gone awry, and thankfully, Ethan's gotten a punt off faster than we're supposed to, or there's been a bad snap or something, and the hold is spot on. So we know we're appreciated even though it might not always be relayed to us. It's kind of what you expect when you come in and decide you want to be a long snapper or get pursued as a long snapper, and it's good. You know, I'm kind of always a guy who wants to stay out of the limelight even in my personal life, so I think it's a position that suits me well.